My music is, I write for large ensemble, acoustic ensembles. I have a jazz background. My background is as a saxophonist. And I tend to write for what would be considered a standard big band instrumentation. Trumpets, saxophones, trombones, rhythm section, which would be piano, bass, drums. I use percussion in my band. Sometimes I use guitar. I like to work with singers a lot. So my music comes out of a jazz tradition, and it's also reflective of all my musical experiences. I've been involved in rhythm and blues music, popular music, theater music, gospel music, different types of world music. So I would hope that my band is a reflection of all those influences. Lately, what I listen to first thing in the morning is the Bach Chorales. I've sort of made a commitment to play through the Bach Chorales every morning, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now. Of course, I don't play through all of them every morning, but I'll sit there for a while, and I'll play several pages, and it's just been so wonderful. As I said, I'm trained as a saxophonist, so this is a great way for me to practice my piano chops. I also get to, it's so exciting because it's like getting a message in a bottle from 300 years ago. And to feel that, you know, if you think about that chronologically, out of context, you go, wow, that's really a long time ago. But when I play the pieces, I feel, I understand what this person is thinking. It's so fresh to me. It's so direct, and it's, as I said before, in terms of creating order, Bach had found a way of putting his thing together, and it kind of set a template for the rest of Western music for up until the present and going beyond. And it's so exciting to hear. Lots of times we hear things that we don't even know where they came from, and you go back and you go, yeah, I hear that. That was, you were already thinking about that. I'm thinking about that too. So it sort of crosses the centuries, and he talks to me. I haven't quite figured out how to talk back yet, but that's the next project. The idea of not being able to translate an idea that I had or a feeling that I was trying to convey in the music, I think that's probably the hardest feeling to deal with. It's not being able to get your point across. I guess you could think about what it would be like to be having a conversation and someone not being able to hear you or hear what you mean. And musically, that's disappointing. That's what all the rewrites are about. And then at the same time, one has to just accept that sometimes an idea will go where it wants to go. And one has to accept that it's not going to be the initial idea that you had, but it's gone off in its own direction, but you still have to continue to serve that idea and follow it to the end of the road. I feel like as I've experienced the relationship with the audience from several different directions. As I said, I came up as a saxophonist, and I spent many years on the road playing all different kinds of music. And so I was able to experience the music as a player and the presentation as a player and experience the audience as a player. Now to be able to experience that as a writer, as well as a fan, I still listen to a lot of music. I go out to hear a lot of music. I'm aware of sort of that symbiotic relationship from many different vantage points. And it's so important for each of the elements for each of the parts involved to be really involved in an engaged way. And I feel that each of us can learn new things from each other by just paying attention. And it's so exciting to be able to bring a kind of music, perhaps, that maybe a certain audience is not quite familiar with, and to be able to present that in a way that I can bring along new elements in ways that they already understand enough of it that they will let the rest in. And that to me is so much of the satisfaction of doing what I do.